Hey, I want to thank you for taking the time to join us right here on Polk Place. I'm Brian Lacey, and somebody joining us in the studio. You might have seen him on that live show we do, Sports Central. He's from Visit Central Florida. He's going to talk to us all about the Silver Garland Awards. His name, we just call him Jack. Because you don't know Jack.
No, I don't know Jack. There you go.
What you got going on?
So, Silver Garland Awards, the longest running service award in Polk County for Polk County high school seniors.
Yeah. So, we've talked about this before, and you guys talked about a little bit on Sports Central. But for those that might not know, we heard it in the opening, it's for high school junior seniors.
Yeah, just seniors.
Just seniors.
Just seniors.
And the great thing about it is it teaches community service. So talk to me a little bit about it. Give me the who, what, when, where, how, why.
So the easy stuff. They have until December 9th to apply. Go to our website. They'll find the links to fill out the application. When they fill out the application, they'll get a PDF back. They can take that PDF back to their Silver Garland coordinator at their school, and that will start the process at the school. So it's a service award for basically their 4 years of high school. The service is non-paid, so it's all volunteer hours in one of 14 categories. And we call it an award, not a scholarship, because they get that $1,000 check. Minus some taxes, of course.
Yeah.
And they can do whatever they would like with it. So buy books, put gas in their car, get an outfit. Up to them.
Well, Jack, talk a little bit about promoting that community service, because those who have won it in the past have not only given to the community, but gone on to serve their community as senators, as congressmen, everything. Talk a little bit about that.
So the classic one is Dennis Ross, right? So won the Citizenship Award the first year in 1976, goes on to serve the country as a U.S. representative in Washington, actually takes his Silver Garland Award with him to D.C. It was in his office there. It's back in his office in Polk County now, where he works at Southeastern. So that's the classic one. It is a great way to connect the service, the giving that students tend to do naturally. These kids are high achievers to begin with, and reward them for what they've done. The great thing about the awards itself is a lot of these past recipients volunteer their time to work as judges. And the number of phone numbers that are exchanged between judges and students as they try to stay in touch and mentor the students along in their career afterward is really one of the special aspects of the program.
Great networking opportunity.
Yes.
Well, yeah. I think one of the coolest stories that you shared with us is a lot of people think when this award comes along, it's volunteering, but a recent winner during the war, we had some folks move from war-torn region and needed translation services. Talk to me a little bit about that one.
So I mean that's the wonderful thing, right? Is you really realize how big a heart some of these folks had. So we had a student who was versed in Ukrainian, who wound up then being able to translate for folks who had come to the area as they went for doctor's appointments and met with attorneys and whatnot. We also have that quite a bit in Spanish. We have an awful lot of folks who are kids who are bilingual. They'll give back to their community by going to different health services or a lot of times courts and translate for folks who otherwise would not have a translator there. That's part of the fun stuff and then you have kids who started their own businesses. They've started a nonprofit that will, say, do a clothing closet for underprivileged kids at their school. Another kid took it upon himself to build a website for an animal rescue program that in the county and won the award for that. So just some great heartfelt, really gives you You know, they like to say in the office, it even makes my little Grinch heart go up a couple of sizes. So
I like how you work that in.
Yeah.
I like that. Well, you know, back in the day, this was known as a ledger function. Then the artist formerly known as Tourism and Sports Marketing
Yep.
became a partner. Now, Visit Central Florida and the Ledger kind of put this on. Talk to me a little bit about that partnership within the community.
It's a key part of what we do is our relationship with the Ledger. They have given back to this community for a century, and they just got to the point where between staff cuts and regionalization, they could not run the awards anymore. They asked us to take it over. They continue to help with you know, everything from logistics to promotions. Of course, you know, they're a key part of our All Sports Awards, where they help there as well. And they're a great partner for the county.
We have a lot of teachers that support PGTV, and if they have seniors that they think might be a great fit for this award, how might they get them involved?
Tell them. That's the main thing. Tell them that they feel that they would be a great fit for the award. Have the kid apply. Once the kid applies, there's some work with service hours and documentation and getting a letter. That's really the key part of it. So there are 14 categories. There's only one student from each high school to represent that category for that school. So you know, if you have you might have 5 kids that all feel like they fit into the citizenship category, but maybe one's an athlete, so maybe they can go over and apply in athletics. Maybe one's service was actually more in the vocational end. They could apply over there. Maybe their service was, their citizenship service was actually working in a soup kitchen. Would be perfect for culinary. So that's part of the I don't want to call it gamesmanship, the allure that lessens it some, but there's plenty of different categories besides the glory category, citizenship, to move kids around to make sure they have a good opportunity.
All right, we got about a minute left. Let them know how they can find out more and the deadline to register and everything that they need to do.
Deadline's December 9th. Go to our website, visitcentralflorida.org, to find out more. The Silver Garlands link is on that page. They can click there, another click to read more about the program, another click to fill out the form, and they're on their way.
All right. Always good to see you.
Always good to see you. Good to be here.
Yeah, it's good to be seen, too.
Yeah.
Well, listen, man, come back and see me next time you got something to promote, and hopefully we'll see you next year, all right?
Definitely. Always a pleasure.
All right. The Silver Garland is an award for service. Nominees are among the most talented and gifted high school seniors in Polk County. Of a much greater importance is how the nominee has used that talent and skill in service to school and community. Service is what makes a student a Silver Garland nominee. The Silver Garland program is sponsored as a community service by Visit Central Florida and the Ledger. Polk County high schools are invited to select seniors with records of outstanding service as Silver Garland candidates. Now, if you need more information, you can check it all out on the web at visitcentralflorida.org. If you enjoyed that episode of Polk Place, I invite you to like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and even check out the next one.